How's it going, everyone? It has been a Lone Vault Wanderer, and during Xbox's press conference at E3 today, Bethesda dropped the world premiere of Fallout 76. We get some gameplay, we get some cool references to West Virginia in the game, which just looks absolutely beautiful, and Todd Howard also mentioned some important information about the game before the actual trailer itself. So let's take a listen as to what he has to say. Come on, Todd.
Fallout 76 is a prequel to all the other games.
So Fallout 76 is a prequel to all the other games, and this makes sense because, again, Vault 76 was meant to open 20 years automatically after the Great War in the year 2097, but we know from the last trailer that the game is set in the year 2102, so 25 years after the Great War, but that still predates the other Fallout games, so this is really, really cool. It's good to hear official confirmation of it.
And it is our biggest one yet.
Biggest one yet.
4 times the size of Fallout 4.
4 times the size of Fallout 4. That could just be in map size. It could be in quest number. I'm assuming it's referring to map size. That's typically how they've gone off of that in the past when they say it's X times bigger than our past game. But yes, just to confirm that.
Set in the hills of West Virginia.
Alright, so this confirms the actual setting of the game, West Virginia, and you'll notice in the gameplay itself, the trailer, that there are a lot of references to West Virginia. I don't think that actually precludes like parts of Virginia and parts of DC and Maryland being included or referenced in the game, or at least being on the outside borders, but I think it's still important to note that in Fallout 3, Vault 76 was still mentioned as a DC area vault, so what that means we don't know.
You are one of the first to emerge into an untamed and very different wasteland.
So we're one of the first to emerge, obviously being a control vault, into the wasteland, which, as you can see from some of this footage, some of it looks like it wasn't even hit by a nuclear war. Those areas are probably not near any of the nuclear bomb strikes, but other areas, they look like true post-apocalyptia. It's insane. So let's continue. Here, beautiful. So here we've got someone from the American military wearing, of course, the T51 Power Armor. This is actually before the Great War, before the bombs drop, as you'll see in a second, but this was the pinnacle of Power Armor technology before the Great War itself. As you can hear the sirens in the background, which is indicating that this is when the bombs were actually dropping and the US government were sounding the alarms to ensure people made their way to the vault, or at least to a safe location. Yeah, as you can see from the sky there, the bombs, the nukes are actually dropping, and this guy is about to get disintegrated. I don't care if you're wearing power armor, you're not going to survive this. There we go. The nukes go off. And this guy's about to get destroyed. Obviously, this is the same mesh, the same texture as the T51 from Fallout 4, but it's good to confirm that. And there's the nuke in all its beauty, or at least one of the nukes. And that guy is just destroyed. So obviously by Bethesda Game Studios. Just love this song, right? Just to confirm here as well, we've made a video about why this TV in the trailer could be color. Color TVs were around back in the 1950s and 60s, obviously where Fallout draws a lot of its references and technology. When you look at most TVs in the Fallout universe, they're either black and white or monochrome, but that doesn't mean that color TVs did not exist. They certainly did exist. They were just much more expensive and they weren't adopted as mainstream yet, but they were around, and some broadcasts were actually done in color, especially for important events, such as, for instance, the opening of a vault and the tercentenary of America.
300.
So just to say here, this again is the opening, the debut of Vault 76. It had already completed construction for several years, but this is just when they wanted to debut it to the public in the year 2076. Obviously, the foundation of America was in the year 1776, so we're exactly 300 years afterwards.
Years after our great nation began.
So 300 years after the Great Nation began. I think this is the president. I don't know. It could be someone from Vault-Tec, but it's just my assumption.
We gathered together to honor the completion of Vault 76.
So this is the same footage that we saw in the original Fallout 76 trailer, so nothing really to note until we get to the later footage.
This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by Vault Tech, but it was built by you. So that if the bombs do come, our way of life will endure.
So, as you can hear from Ron Perlman, and yes, that is Ron Perlman in the background, there is an overarching theme in this game of going into the vault and you being the one to emerge and rebuilding the wasteland, reclaiming the wasteland. There is this huge sense, again, from the Reclamation Day party that we saw just in that trailer there, that footage there. There is a huge sense of that. So I'm assuming that it's going to be forming a big part of Fallout 76 in its story and overall theme. So, man, this is really surreal. This feels like a single-player game, doesn't it? It doesn't feel like an online game. This feels like a fully fledged kind of spin-off to Fallout, like Fallout New Vegas. So I just want to put that out there. I don't know if this is multiplayer. Maybe it's co-op, I don't know. But the first thing to note here is that I don't know when we've ever seen footage like this in a Fallout game that's been this lush, that's had a lot of trees and grass and foliage like this. Usually you'd have to mod your game to be able to see gameplay like this, but that's a big note there. This must be an area in West Virginia that wasn't hit that hard by the nukes. But again, here, it's blue, it's green. This must be an area that was pretty sheltered to the initial nuke drops. But we know that, we saw just before in that footage there, that West Virginia did receive some nuke drops. But it seems to be a huge map where some areas were pretty safe and still have pretty clean air and all of that, and other areas are just destroyed. I don't think there's anything else here, though, that's of note. There are some, we got a water, I think that's a water tower or a lookout there. It's a building in the background, we can't discern. We still got the pylons here. You'll see a lot of pylons throughout this game, play footage. I don't know if that means anything. I don't know if that means there's still electricity running, but they're obviously remnants of the pre-Great War. No, so we got that lookout here. I think that's the same building that we just saw there. You'll notice... let me rewind there. So literally, during this part here, the song says Blue Ridge Mountains. Now, Blue Ridge Mountains were predominantly in West Virginia, but in regular Virginia, the other state, which is Virginia, but they still do kind of cross over in West Virginia. This could be the Blue Ridge Mountains. I mean, is it a coincidence that it's showing mountains during that specific part of the song? I don't know. I don't think so. But we've got some other buildings and structures in the background, and that lookout tower, obviously. Oh man, I'm kind of getting chills right now. So more areas of West Virginia. We've got some houses, some roads, broken cars. So just a quick edit here, but I managed to find the bridge that's actually pictured in this scene. It's the New River Gorge Bridge, which is a steel arch bridge that goes over the New River Gorge near Fayetteville, West Virginia, in the Appalachian Mountains of the eastern United States. So again, this is actually a real-life landmark that appears in West Virginia that's recreated in the game. That is super cool. I wanted to go back and put this edit in because I wanted to be as accurate as possible. So yes, it's an actual bridge that appears in WV. So obviously that's the T51 armor that was left behind from the guy that died. And as you'll see, I think we either picked this power armor up specifically or another one, but I think they're two different ones. We'll get to that. So pre-order on June 15th in the Xbox store. This game could be coming out in July. Isn't that insane? I'm assuming it's still end of the year. Pre-orders can usually be done pretty early, but that's just of note. Alrighty, so we've got a nuclear power center there, or a power station. We've seen some of those in Fallout. I think there was one in Fallout 4 too. What else of note? There's a church there. That probably is going to be a church that's in real life West Virginia. A lot of the references that you'll see in this trailer are obviously from West Virginia, and they're actually real life buildings. That's probably something similar as well, although I don't know what that is. There's nothing really else of note that I can see in this part. Alright, what is this? This guy doesn't even look like he has a bloody head. It must be a different form of, I don't know if it's a super mutant or just something completely different. But this seems native to West Virginia. I've never seen anything like this, any creature like this in a past Fallout game. Obviously here we have another church. This is a much more ruined area. Did you see what I mean when I said that in the other areas of this trailer, there were areas that just looked like they hadn't been hit by a war? They looked like, beautiful forests and blue skies and lush trees and all of that. This is obviously a place that was seemingly hit pretty hard by the Great War. So just, dilapidated buildings here, you've got smoke, you've got rusted cars, all of that, and it's plagued by whatever the hell that is. So this is what I am assuming with this bit. I think it's kind of like Sanctuary Hills in Fallout 4, where this is actually your home and you're returning to it. I don't know, but obviously this guy is from Vault 76. I'm assuming it's the player character. And it seems, that's just my guess. It just seems like that's what this is, but obviously we can't confirm that. But it's a beautiful little suburb town here with a bunch of houses, again, broken down cars. We've seen this before. But noting here, look at the green, look at the colors of the trees and the leaves. This seems like it's set in autumn as well. So I had to Google search this, but autumn in America is from the 22nd of September to the 21st of December. So because this game is set in late October, early November, it would make sense that this is autumn, right? So all of the foliage, all of the trees and the colors and the leaves that are here is consistent with it being autumn. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, so here we've got a working windmill. So I think that's of note there. We've got a water tower here. Of course, we've seen water towers in plenty of past Fallout games. Look at Fallout 3. With the town of Springvale, you had a water tower that was just nearby that provided water to the towns and to the houses there. We've obviously got a house here, a plane here that was broken down. It says 5745-18. I don't know if that means anything. But I don't know if this plane's been in reference in past Fallout games, but if it's of note here. You've got the Nuka-Cola sign there, and again, just the overall sense of lushness in this trailer is pretty cool. All right, I will admit, quite honestly admit, I have no idea what this is. I have absolutely no idea what this is and how it's kind of like protruding from the ground. Was it previously underground and now it's somehow been dislodged into the above ground? Because it's the same structure that's appeared over here. I genuinely don't know what this is, so please let me know in the comments below. I couldn't find any real life reference to it in West Virginia, but I'm assuming it's important. Alrighty, so here we've got Vault-Tec celebrates 300 years of America, Vault 76. I assume that this is the actual entrance to Vault 76 in the game. So obviously here, you've got that exact same person that died and the T51 Power Armor they left behind. Now, you'll notice here, a lot of people are walking by. I think these are people because there are 2 people in Vault 76 jumpsuits, as you'll see. One second. So this person here in a Vault 76 jumpsuit, and then the next person is the player character in the same jumpsuit. I think these are people leaving Vault 76 for the first time. So this is the player character here, noticing the power armor. Now, look at the date here, everyone. 3rd of November, 2102 at 6:52 in the morning. So this is just, I think, within a week of the original gameplay trailer footage, because that was set on October 27, 2102. So I think that was when we left the vault, and now is kind of within a week or several days afterwards. What's also of note here is that this power armor helmet here doesn't look like the one that was in the previous scene. This kind of looks like a winterized power armor. I don't know. It could be rust. It could be dilapidation. But I think it is a different power armor. Probably the same type. I still think that's a T51, but it's a different power armor helmet to the one that was there previously. Alrighty, man. How cool does this area look? Again, I mentioned how some areas look like they've just been hit by a nuke. This looks like one of those areas. There is fire everywhere. You're wearing a mask. It's probably one of those areas, like the areas that are irradiated, where you have to wear a hazmat radiation suit to be able to survive. It seems like this is one of those areas where you'll need a helmet to be able to breathe and survive. And you've got the exact same axe that was just pictured with that lady beforehand from Vault 76. So I don't know if there's anything important with the number 4 there. It's a very limited, obstructed view, unfortunately, so we can't see more of this really cool area.
Is stopped in the fall.
All right, I don't know what this creature here is there, but this building, okay, I researched it. I had to. I don't know West Virginia that well, but this is the West Virginia Capitol Complex building. So again, like with Fallout 3, how we visited landmarks that were in real life Washington, D.C., it's like we're going to be doing the exact same in West Virginia. So this is an actual building. It actually exists in real life West Virginia, and it seems like it's going to be one of the areas in the game. Now, of note here, I want to read out that the West Virginia Capitol Complex is a historic district located in Kanawha Boulevard in Charleston, West Virginia. Charleston is definitely going to be an important setting in the game. I think that's going to be really cool to explore, to be honest.
All that is settled. You must...
Dude, what is this? This is a huge mine. I think this could be an actual mine. Do you remember in the past Fallout trailer how we saw the painting? That was actually a real life mine in McComas, West Virginia. I don't know if this is the same mine, but I don't know what else this saw could be doing. But the fact that it's operating after the Great War is insane. I don't think there's anything else of note. Obviously, the main thing here is this structure, this excavation. This is probably going to form an important part of the story as well, is my assumption, that we had to get it up and running. It'll probably form part of a quest and might be an achievement, but that's definitely of note. And also here we have a female protagonist as well. Obviously, we can choose our gender when we play Fallout.
Rebuild. Not just war.
All right, so here, Watoga Estate, better than perfect. And also here, we have Watoga Municipal Center. So again, required a little bit of research, but Watoga is obviously an actual place in West Virginia. It's an unincorporated community in Pocahontas County, West Virginia, US. It's located on the east bank of the Greenbrier River, 3.5 miles east-northeast of Hillsborough. Watoga is a name derived from a Native American language. So again, it's another real-life reference in West Virginia, and there's also a Watoga State Park as well. So this could be nearby the state park. Now, if you just heard there, it's nearby the Greenbrier River. Perhaps we're actually going to be seeing the real-life bunker of Greenbrier in this game. I think it's a possibility. I thought that it could be possible that we'd see remnants of the Enclave in that bunker because it was meant to house official US military personnel and also government officials in Congress. So if this is nearby the Greenbrier actual bunker, it's probably likely we're going to be visiting it. I'm assuming that BGS would have picked up on that history if they researched into West Virginia. And then we've got a little bowling sign here. Nothing else of note that I can see.
Walls, not just buildings.
Dude, what is this bloody Aerodactyl thing right here? We've also obviously got a minigun that's here. It looks like something that's out of Metro, that's about to come out, Metro Exodus, but we've got a minigun. We're about to shoot this thing down. Notice here that the weather, obviously here we've had a lot of different types of weather, right? There's going to be dynamic weather again in Fallout 76, like with Fallout 4. We haven't seen any nuked, like irradiated kind of nuclear areas yet that are green in color, but this is obviously of note that the weather is constantly changing in West Virginia. So sorry to backtrack here, but in the no clip documentary of BGS, someone was wearing a Mothman t-shirt. I think this is Mothman. I think this is in West Virginian folklore. It's reading here. The Mothman is a legendary creature reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area from November 12, 1966 to December 15, 1967. That's definitely Mothman. I can't see what else that is. That is so cool. And the fact that he was wearing the t-shirt referencing that, I love it. We've got a more lush area here. It's another church. It seems to be a lot of churches referenced in this footage, and different churches. I think there's 3 by my count. What is that there? Is that a turret?
But hearts.
I don't know what that is. It's like it's fire inside of there. Very, very interesting. If someone in the comments, let me know if you know what that is. I don't think there's anything else, but I just love how there's different landscapes and different kind of environments and biomes, if I'm going to use a Minecraft term, different biomes that seem to be appearing in this trailer, which is cool. It's going to be different and dynamic.
Mine.
I love how the actual Vault Boy statue is here. This seems like it's an actual building in West Virginia too. Okay, I know what it is. I think this is West Virginia University. That's located in Morgantown, West Virginia. Some of the buildings that I can see, and if you Google search the images, they kind of look like this place, like WVU. I think that's what this is. And also remembering that I believe John Denver, when he was going around showcasing his song Country Roads, I believed he performed it at West Virginia University. So this would make sense. I think it's funny again. That's the Vault Boy there. What does that read? I can't really read that. But I'm assuming that's going to be an actual statue that they're referencing, but they've decided to use it as a Vault Boy. I don't know. But I'm assuming that this is West Virginia University. So that's probably a location we're going to be visiting in the game. It would make sense.
And ultimately, America.
All right, here again. And we're going to do another quick edit here, but this is actually the Greenbrier Hotel, from what I can see. I thought originally it was the front of the Capitol building, but this seems to be the actual Greenbrier Hotel where the bunker is, right? I mentioned before how I think BGS has done their research into West Virginia and how there was a secret bunker underneath the hotel, the Greenbrier. This is actually it. So is this the location of the Enclave, or is it the new headquarters of the Brotherhood of Steel in West Virginia? It's super interesting. I love how the hotel is actually going to be in the game. That is insane. Everyone was speculating about it beforehand, but this hotel and the bunker, I'm assuming anyways, is going to be explorable in Fallout 76. That is so cool. All right, and now he's putting on the T51 Power Armor. Beautiful.
In Vault 76.
So I think that is the helmet that was found on the ground. The skin just kind of looks different. I don't think it's winterized. I think it's just rusted and dilapidated, and obviously dinted in as well.
Our future begins.
And that was the Fallout 76 extended gameplay trailer. I hope you enjoyed this deep analysis. I think I covered the most important things about the West Virginian references, Mothman, etc. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments below. And until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and would you kindly keep fighting the good fight.